Hello, people. Welcome to the webinar. Welcome to the workshop. In this workshop, you will discover how a non-STEM student secured 6 admission with fully funded scholarship, then relocated to Miami University with 44 million worth of scholarship to study and live in the USA without writing GRE, test of English proficiency, IELTS or GMAT exam, or wasting millions of naira on any travel agents. This works even if you are 50 years old or you graduated with a second class or HND degree. Before we move on, I want you to know that I am joining this webinar from the United States of America. So I would like to know where you are watching from. So feel free to use the comment box. Let me know in the comment box where you are watching from, whatever country you are watching from. Okay, let's keep it coming, guys, but I'm going to move ahead because of our time. So this workshop is for anyone that is willing to work and ready to take instant action, anyone who finished as an HND holder with 2-2 or other equivalent educational qualification, anyone who wants to relocate but doesn't have any money to spend on expensive visa relocation costs, anyone who has no work experience, whether you are 18 or even 50 years old, or could not relocate through any other visa pathway, anyone who has written the IELTS, GMAT, GRE, TOEFL, but failed this exam or is afraid of sitting for this exam, anyone who doesn't have any family in the US who can invite them through spousal sponsorship or family reunification visa. So suppose what you are going to discover in this workshop are things that will take you to the USA. Are you ready to start? By the end of this workshop, you would have discovered how to legally fast-track your relocation journey to the USA without writing any exam, how to get your F1 visa and F2 visa for your spouse and dependents, even if you have actually never applied for one before, how to successfully relocate to the USA for free, even if you have a family and you have kids, how to do it yourself and you won't need to pay any travel agent who would only take advantage of your less knowledge of the immigration processes, how to transition into USA permanent residence and eventually become an American citizen after study. If you stay till the end, I'll be answering your question regarding relocation to the US as a STEM or non-STEM student with your post-secondary qualification. I would also be sharing you with an opportunity to relocate to the USA for free without paying a single penny to any visa agents. I will be sharing the exclusive method I and few others use to get the GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, and GMAT waived without wasting our time and money sitting for any of this exam. I also have a mouth-watering deal, and this deal is not audio deal. So before we continue, I need you to do something very important for me right now. Turn off all your notifications to avoid distraction. You could possibly put your phone in silence mode to avoid distracting alerts from your social media accounts during this valuable section. I also want you to grab your pen and your paper to write if you are ready to come to the US completely free. So how is this workshop different from anyone you've attended in the past? Of course, I know you've attended a lot of so-called webinars in the past where the host wasted your time without meaningful value you could run with in the end. I totally understand that, and I have been in your shoes before I stumbled on the strategy that changed the story for me in this relocation journey. Are you ready to absorb all the value I am about to share? This is a picture of me. This is a picture of me in the US. Anyways, my name is Ruth Olayinkoluwafemi, and most people call me Ola. I finished with my bachelor's degree in 2017, and I wanted to relocate abroad, but all the odds were stacked up against me. There wasn't any promising job. There was inflation, there was recession, terrorism, and kidnapping became the order of the day. Without any serious measure, against all of these, abnormalities. I began this study abroad journey back in 2019. However, I encountered doubts about getting a scholarship and also the eligibility for a scholarship, which at that moment greatly affected my passion to achieve my dream. I wanted to travel abroad to study educational psychology, but a friend of mine who was already abroad, who was already in the United States, advised me that funding was majorly available for STEM field and it wasn't for the course I wanted. And STEM simply means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So back to my story, before you ask me why I chose to relocate to the USA. You know, I refused to give up on my dreams, maybe because the Shege, our motherland country, showed me, has trained me to become this tough and persistent person. At first, I thought of using visa agents, but the drama I have seen people encountered by using the services of these people is something that did not allow me to use visa agents. I immediately gave the thoughts a wing to fly back to where it came from. So I embarked on a dedicated research journey. I started going through various online forums and different resources I could lay my hands on. I was determined to find schools and opportunities that aligned with my aspirations and my interests. After months and batches of trial and error in my application, I finally discovered the key to admission, scholarship, and visa approval. I got 5 huge admissions with fully funded scholarship and 1 partial scholarship. Not only did I get the admission with scholarship, I got them without writing a single exam in any of the application. No GMAT required, no GRE required, no TOEFL required, no IELTS required. And this is a review from one of my students. Ololade said, "Hi, Ola. I got my visa approved with $21,000 this morning. Thanks for the mock session you organized a few weeks ago." People have always thought that scholarships are only for STEM students. And Okoyemi says, this will help a lot of people in education background. People have always thought scholarship is only for STEM students. Thanks for sharing. Okpa believes that the information I shared about how I got this scholarship as a non-STEM student would help many non-STEM applicants. She saw the value field information as something that would liberate some HND holders. And she says, this is a great opportunity for all HND holders. Great information as always. Kingsley, with a partial scholarship from St. Louis University, got his master's visa approved in less than 60 days. This is the hard way process that most people do to relocate to the US. First off, most people struggle to pass the IELTS exam, GRE, GMAT, SAT exam, and ACT exam. Most people look into marrying foreign spouse, but something I want you to know is that the US government now gives temporary permanent residence to check if it is audio marriage. Most people figure out everything through trial and error or through using visa agents. But remember that time is fast ticking, and using visa agents is simply cutting away with your money. Most people also start applying for asylum visa that takes forever to be attended to, and eventually you might get denied. Do you know that you are one decision away from relocating to the USA legally? Do you know that you can relocate for free even as a non-STEM student? If you discover what you will need to relocate to the US right now, will you take action, then pack your bags and fly out immediately? I want you to type yes in the comment box. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So I'm going to offer a little bit of disclaimer. I am not a visa agent. I would only walk you through the exact guide I and my students are using to get these results. The second disclaimer is that average training out there gives 0 results to their attendance. However, I am showing you what is working for many people who have attended my workshop. Lastly, this workshop is not for people who want to do nothing and expect to get instant results. If that is you, then you are in the wrong workshop. Now, there are three hidden secrets that many do not know exist. The first secret is how to waive the IELTS, Test of English Proficiency, GRE, GMAT, SAT, and ACT without wasting your money. The second secret is how to find, apply, and secure hidden non-Googleable scholarship, even with your 2-2 or HND results. Not even a visa agent could help you with this. The third secret is how to relocate as a fully sponsored international student with your family, even if you are married. So to the first secret, many people, including myself, hate writing anything called exam. Test of English Proficiency currently costs about $182, and the equivalent of Naira to a dollar right now is 1,200 Naira. So just do the mathematics yourself. That is about 227,000 Naira per every Test of English Proficiency exam you write. And I have not even mentioned the outrageous cost of GRE and GMAT, SAT and ACT. So I will show you the easiest way to bypass all of these exams. The first way is that look into test optional schools. Some US universities have adopted test optional policies, especially in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Check if the schools you are applying to have such policy. Second way is English proficiency. If you have completed a degree in an English-speaking country, or you are a native English speaker, you could be exempt from the IELTS and Test of English Proficiency exam. Third way is conditional admission. Many institutions may offer conditional admission where you can prove your English proficiency or GRE or GMAT scores within a specific time frame after admission. Fourth is alternative tests. Some programs accept alternative tests such as Duolingo, English tests, in place of IELTS or TOEFL. Number 5 is for you to request a waiver. You can contact admission office of the institution you are interested in applying and ask if they consider individual waiver requests. Now to the second secret. It is not every scholarship you can find on the internet. These are scholarships that you can't even ask your fellow students here in the US because they are undisclosed scholarship. How can your visa agent in your home country know this if you can't find it on the internet? Discovering this kind of scholarship feels like finding hidden treasures. Besides searching online, reaching out to local groups or clubs might reveal information about scholarship that aren't widely advertised. US universities are more welcoming to HND graduates than elsewhere. HND is seen as 4 years post-secondary education. In fact, some US university schools even have polytechnic in their names, e.g. Rochester, Virginia, among others. So if you have a 2-2 or HND, you can do any or the combination of the following to help you get a scholarship in the US. The first one is WES evaluation. WES is one of the most widely used evaluation body in Nigeria that helps convert your HND or your BSc transcripts to the US standard, which is a 4.0 standard. Number 2 is research experience. If you don't have money for WES evaluation and you think you have met the minimum requirements in the school, then do the following. Search for schools in your field. Email professors. Number 3 is work experience. Number 4 is volunteering experience. Number 5 is publications. Now to the third secret. One of the best perks of studying in the US is you can bring your family as well. Once you secure your F1 visa, your spouse and children can apply for F2 visas to accompany you. After you transition to permanent resident status, you can sponsor your parents and your siblings. There are specific steps to ensure that your family can accompany you. Finding a suitable place to live is an essential consideration. Some universities offer free housing option, or you might decide to find a place off campus that better suits your family's needs and preferences. Now, this is the step-by-step process to relocate based on fully funded scholarship with your family. Number one is to research universities with funding option that allow dependents and families to accompany you. Some universities and scholarship have more family-friendly policies than others. Not only will they sponsor you, they would also sponsor your family members. Number two is that once you are admitted, check with your university on the proper visa paperwork needed to bring in your dependents. Common visas are the F2 visas for spouses or children of F1 students. The third one is that make sure you and your spouse have funding or insurance coverage in your documentation. These are income requirements to add dependent savings, assistantship, scholarship can help demonstrate this. Number four is to submit and obtain visa approval for all family members and coordinate travel or housing details with your international office. Be organized and respond to their request promptly. Now, this is the game changer. I spoke with my friend who resides in the USA. He migrated some years ago, but he told me that it's not possible for me to relocate to the USA for education course as a non-STEM student, not to even talk of getting funding. And also, I would have to write the IELTS. But to his surprise and also to my surprise, I got funding of 44,000 US dollars in Miami University, which is over 44 million naira. And I got 5 other scholarships, which everything combined is in hundreds of thousands of dollars. These are my admission letters. Now, here is the juicy part. If you want to relocate with this work and scholarship pathway, you will be allowed to, first off, work during your study period for up to 20 hours per week. You will be allowed to obtain a post-graduation work permit before processing your permanent residency. You will be allowed to bring an accompanying spouse to the US without needing to wait for a year or more. You would also be able to bring your minor children, put them in high-quality US public school for free till they graduate. You could also become eligible for USA permanent residency and eventually citizen within 5 years. Do you also want to get a scholarship and monthly stipend of 1 million to 2 million naira per month as a student in the USA like I did? Drop yes in the comment box. So here are the processes I took, summed up in few steps. The first thing is that you should find a school or a university in the US where you want to study. Second is to apply and secure scholarship to study. Fourth is to complete the visa form online. Visit the US Embassy or Consulate website to schedule your visa interview. Be prepared to answer questions about your plan. Wait for visa approval. Once you have your visa, boom, you can jackpot. I have put together the step-by-step process you could clone to get admission even as a non-STEM student. Back scholarship for yourself over the next 90 days, pack your stuff, and then fly out to the USA. Would you be open to knowing all of the goodies inside the No Exam to the USA scholarship blueprint? So what is the No Exam to the USA scholarship blueprint? This is a step-by-step practical guide to get your USA admission, secure full funding, relocate to the USA with your family members, then become a permanent resident without wasting money on any travel agents or writing any exam once you are age 18 and above. So here is an overview of what you will get in these blueprints. Easiest way to conduct a search for USA universities that will offer you admission and cover all your expenses. How to request for scholarship or assistantship, application fee waiver, and monthly stipend for your course. How to find assistantship by yourself. Verified list of universities in the USA with scholarship and assistantship. How to get and make faculty connection with a research supervisor and research students. Verified list of universities that waive GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, SAT exam for international students. Tips on how a HND second class and third class graduates can secure admission in the US. Guide on how to prepare for your university application. how to email professor for a spot in their laboratory plus a sample email, how to increase your chances of approval for USA study visa, how to step-by-step process to apply for a F1 visa, including all the documents required. As if that is not enough, you would also be getting the special action taker bonuses, unlimited Telegram updates on how to live and prosper in the US, which is worth $1,000 US, how to secure a job within 30 days of arrival while studying in the US, which is worth $800, how to write convincing additional essay for non-STEM courses, which is worth $370, how to find and live on free accommodation in the USA, which is worth $250, step-by-step guide on how your families can travel with you to the USA, which is worth $430, how to apply and secure education loan if you want, which is worth $650, how to crush SAT, worth $200, important items you can bring to the US when coming to avoid huge fine at the port of entry, which is worth $300. Obviously, I'm not going to charge you because the total value is $4,000, even though it is worth it. Now, I'm giving you a whooping 90% discount, which makes it $399. Crazy deal, right? You can see it's a good deal at $399 instead of paying the unscrupulous agent 3 million naira. But hold on. To claim the mouth-watering giveaway I promised at the beginning for anyone who waits till this workshop. So for the next 17 minutes, as we close this workshop, you would not be paying the $399. You can get it for 39,999 naira, which is $45 because you waited till now. Now, I want you to know that this discount expires once the countdown timer hits 0. And immediately after this workshop, you can access it for $149. Finally, for anyone who doesn't act now, till 48 hours time, the price goes back to $299. So how do I get started? Or give me your account number. Now get access for 39,999 naira on this workshop instead of 149,999 after the workshop. Get access to the database of USA students approved visa transcripts. This is the documents that contain the testimonial and the documents submitted by over 40 students that have successfully gotten their visa approved. This will help you know more better what goes into the application and interview of those who have successfully made it and can model it for yourself too. I'll give you private access to proven statement of purpose that has gotten over $200,000 worth of scholarship. I'll send you a list of 5 institutions that are currently giving scholarship out this month. I'll give you access to my secret proven CV creating machine that I use to write USA standard CV non-stop. How am I sure I will get it after payments? The blueprint is hosted on CreateSell, a platform that manages collection of payments and instant delivery of digital courses. Once you successfully make payments for the blueprints, you'll be taken to the course page where you will get instant access to watch and download the material, even if you pay during the middle of the night. This will work for you if you have no GRE, no experience, no age limit, no application fee, and no need for proof of fund. It will work for you if you are age 18 and above, if you possess HND, BSc, MSc, even if all you have is WAEC, NECO, NAPTEB, NCE, ND, or equivalent as minimum requirements. It will work for you if you have a family with kids. It will work for you if you have IELTS, GRE, GMAT, SAT test results or not. This will work for you whether you are a Nigerian, Ghanaian, Kenya, Uganda, or anyone who had had their last formal education in English language. It will work for you whether you know someone at the embassy in the USA or not. It will work for you whether you have accommodation to stay or not, because I will show you in the guide how to get your accommodation and settle down even from the first day you land. It will work for you whether you have any work experience or not. So far, you can study and work. This will work for you. Ellen found the information useful and decided to help her sister in Nigeria who is applying to the US. As you can see, she said, thanks for this information. Let me send it to my sister in Nigeria. Akinkunmi trusted me with his immigration journey. He's got a close visa interview date. See you in the US, Akinkunmi. Hi, Ola. Thank you so much for this. I was very encouraged. I look forward to studying finance law also in the US, hopefully with assistantship. And yes, you just encouraged me because all I hear is that scholarship is very hard and I don't have first class. Dumebi fire rekindled after she heard my story as a non-STEM student holding scholarship in the US and the tips I shared about how I relocate even as a tutu holder. I agree with being clear in answering your questions is so important. It makes it easier for the visa officer interview to make a quick and good decision. Kaman Sete agreed that clear answers to the question visa officer asks would help them make a quick decision about your visa approval. Don't forget, once the countdown timer hits 0, you get all the resources for 149,999 naira without the fast action taker bonuses. How safe is it to make payments on Create Sell websites? Create Sell payments page is secured and built with bank-grade security features. They don't store any customer card details. As a result, customer card can't be stolen. They deploy different payment processors, which are all global security audits, compliant to collect payments from customers in over 20 currencies of the world. After payments, what's next? As soon as you complete the purchase of the blueprints, you'll be redirected to the page where you can download or watch the materials online if you prefer. All the materials will be sent to your email and available on your dashboard. The next thing is to start doing the things inside the blueprints, and I can't wait to welcome you two to the USA. Such a great video. This checklist will be so helpful and a great guide to anyone starting a journey to study in the US. Keep telling others that the information I shared will be useful for anyone looking to start their immigration journey for free. Sio is a graduate that implements what I told him. He's coming to the USA with over 14 million plus worth of scholarship. Hello, sister. I followed your video, applied to Miami University, and now I have been issued my I-20 with a scholarship of $14,000 as an international transfer student. But who has this worked for? One of my applicants I helped in the past. She got a visa interview. I prayed for her since I have done my part. She came bearing the news of visa approval. Get access for 39,999 now on this workshop instead of 149,999 after the workshop. Get access to the database of USA students approved visa transcript. This is the document that contains the testimonial and documents submitted by over 40 students that have successfully gotten their visa approved. This will help you know more better than what goes into the application and interview of those who have successfully made it, and you can model it for yourself. I'll give you private access to proven statement of purpose statements that has gotten over 200,000 US dollars worth of scholarship. I'll send you a list of 5 institutions that are currently giving out scholarship this month. I'll give you access to my secret proven CV creating machine that I use to write USA standard CV non-stop. How do I get started or join others? To get started or join others, watch this video. I have bought several USA programs in the past and it did not work for me. I am so sorry to hear that. I have heard it from the mouth of some of my current and past students that they were giving fluff materials. I didn't only give them access to the blueprints only. I take them by their hands, hand them the necessary information, and answer their questions till they get their visa and land in the USA as a student. Now that you have known that I don't sell blueprints, but I will also take you by the hand with the right information until you land in the USA. Would you agree that this is what you really need right now? I need to speak with my husband or wife or parents before deciding. Well, that is not a problem. Suppose you get to them and they said you shouldn't get the blueprints, where I will take you by the hand and show you how to relocate to the US with any qualification or education credential you have with full scholarship, which you told me you have always wanted. What do you see yourself doing then? You give up on your dream, like many people I left in Nigeria doing now? Can I ask you, if you get the scholarship and visas readily available to relocate with your family, how would they feel about it when you show them? Having showing you that these USA scholarship blueprints will help you land in the USA alone or with your family, would you agree with me that making the decision now and getting the blueprints without delay and start your application is the best decision? I need a BSc degree. I don't have a BSc degree. Would it work for me? Yes, it will work for you regardless of your academic background. I have used this same process to help Nigerians from all types of situations: high school graduates, bachelor degree holder, HND holder, MBAs, and more. You just need the drive and the determination. Previous degree help, but are not required. Now that you know that you don't have to have a bachelor's degree and that you can secure scholarship and relocate abroad while getting over 1 million monthly stipend for upkeep, and you can do all this having HND, ND, or SCE, would you agree with me that now is the best time for you to apply and start your relocation process? I am 52 years old. Would this work for me? There is no limit for this visa opportunity. However, you have to be at least 18 years old before you can apply. Although some schools are now admitting people that are not even up to 18 years old. So far you are willing to relocate and work, you are eligible. Now that you know that there's nothing stopping you, even if you are more than 50 years old, as long as you are willing to study and work, would you agree with me that the only thing stopping you from where you are now and where you want to be, which is the US, is the packaging and submitting your application? Would you agree? Can I apply with my family with this visa pathway? Yes, you can apply with your family. One of the best perks of studying in the US is that you can bring your family too. Once you secure your F1 visa, your spouse and students will be F2 visa and they will be dependent on you and they can accompany you. After you transition to permanent resident status, you can sponsor your parents and your siblings. Now that you know that you can move to the USA together with your spouse and kids if you are married, would you agree with me that this is the best pathway you could use to immigrate without breaking your bank account or getting scammed? Do I need to take the GRE or the IELTS exam? No, you don't. I have documented how you can get your GRE waived in these blueprints. Now that you know that you don't have to waste over 200,000 naira on GRE and 107,000 naira on IELTS before you can move to the USA together with your spouse and kids if you are married, would you agree with me that you don't need anything else than this complete blueprints right now? What if I have a tutu? Can I apply? Not a problem at all. I struggled with average grade too, but still got into multiple top-ranked US schools. This scholarship will show you exactly how to shift focus to your strengths, as long as you avoid the mistakes I highlight and follow my application advice. Your grades should not limit you. Now that you know that USA universities do not care about you having tutu or third class, so far you can prove that you are the right candidate for them. Would you agree with me that this is the best time for you to start your application if you still want to relocate in a short time? If I finish studying, can I stay back to get a job? Yes, that's one of the goodies of studying in the US. You will get a job after studying. However, have you prepared your documents ready for jobs? That's why you should attend the workshop now. Now that you know that you could get scholarship after you study and live in the US, would you agree with me that you don't need anything else than this complete blueprints right now? What are my chances of getting scholarship? There are always scholarships available for students. That's why institutions exist in the US. Once there is no funding, there won't be need for all the professors. So the question you should ask yourself is, have I vetted my application to the extent that no professor would be able to reject them? Now that you know that USA universities have more than enough scholarship for students who are really intentional about studying abroad, would you agree with me that the only thing stopping you from securing a scholarship is the right information? Don't forget, once the countdown timer hits 0, you will get all the resources for 149,999 naira, which is $149, without the fast action taker bonuses. I am getting it now, but can I see more testimonials? Yes, of course. This is so helpful and will save international students some extra dollars. Okpe attested that I saved international student dollars that are so expensive with the tips I shared. Personally, I never knew that any foreign university would admit a Nigerian student with HND because of the restrictive status of the certificate. But now I know. Thanks for the information. Saud finally got the truth and freed himself from the lies that HND holder cannot gain admission in the USA. Ikeade, that was frustrated by ASU strike and found relocation process too complex, eventually saw it too easy to start after watching my resourceful content. Your video is very inspiring, especially the parts you said when one is determined. I'm actually an undergraduate student who have always been aspiring to study in the US, plus ASU strike, but I've been finding the admission process a bit difficult. But watching your video right now is inspiring to me to strive, which I believe I will get in sooner in one of those schools I've been applying for. Olajumoke couldn't help but had to watch all my videos for our immigration journey. I watched one video and here I am watching the rest video. This is so informative, ma'am. I am still finishing my master's studies. I'll probably be thinking on applying for PhD. This information is very helpful. And I found the information helpful and decided to keep them for a PhD application. I really admire the fact that you are honest about your experience, both the good and the bad. Go, girl. She admired the fact that I shared both the good and bad experience I had as a USA scholar. How do I get started or join others? To get my account number, watch the video or click on the link below. Get instant access now upon successful payments. You have to, now you add 2 choices. The first option, keep trying US students visa application by yourself and keep getting rejection, waste thousands of dollars on exam fee and agents commission over and over with nothing to show for it. Second option is take advantage of this tiny investment today. Claim your access to the proven no exam to USA scholarship blueprint today. Never pay a dime to scam agents or exam fee. Enjoy world-class education, career opportunities, and stability in the US. I can't wait to welcome you to the US. I'm rooting for you with my exceptional information. May the song of what God cannot do, does not exist, be your anthem soon. May your dream of relocating abroad be fulfilled. See you in the US soon. Thank you so much for joining the webinar. Bye.